So, Mr. Techno, Mr. I'm up early every morning, isn't ready yet. So a man's got to stall for a little while. Can you imagine that, hunters? Can you imagine having to stall to go and pick your mates up? By Jesus, it's as bad as being late.
It's a bit cool, mate. Man up. I'm not cold. Look at me. I've got my new icebreaker thermals on.
Yeah, how are they travelling?
Oh, pretty good. I've even gone commando.
Can we go home now?
I thought you'd just like to know that.
Can we go home now? Hey?
Have you seen any deer yet?
No, I'm going shooting with the juggler. No, I haven't seen one yet.
We're at the sanctuary, first time for a while.
Yeah.
Well, I reckon I'll go a long walk, you know.
Up that hill. Up that hill. It's probably the best part of 150 yards.
Off 200.
I'll get it out. It is by the time you forget something and come back down again.
Do I need to range it? Well, where you go? Straight up the gully?
Straight along this creek here. I reckon I'll snag one along here.
Oh, okay. Well, let's find out, buddy.
Snag one, get it?
Yeah. Well, that's enough.
You can jerky over that.
I left Bugger Lugs. He's still talking to himself, singing away. He's going to walk up the gully. I'm going to sit and wait. I actually think he's got a better chance today than me. This wind, sorry, I should say this fog, may sit here all day. Either way, we want to go home with some meat. That's why we come up here. Do you think they're getting used to people?
Just letting you know I've got the radio on now, mate.
Bugger Lugs is online. Well, it didn't take too long. I've got 2 deer up there at 600 yards. I was just having a chat to Lee. It's going to hopefully see this fog lift a little bit more. They're right on the edge of the fog line. I can get a good shot, but I'm not in a hurry. One of them looks a little bit heavier than the other. Both shooters, both good size, eaten size. I should have said both hinds. And that's what we're about. We want to take a bit of meat home, and if we can, we'll take 2. So I'm up here ready to test these ELDX, and unlike what many might believe, that we just go firing shots left, right and centre and just hopefully one hits, there's a lot of calculation that goes into this sort of thing. I've almost been testing the ELDX probably for the best part of the last year, and this will be the first time I've actually tested them as far as terminal performance on Sambar. Well, that is if I can see them again, because they've just disappeared. But I'm in no hurry, and that's the key to it with the long range stuff. Just take your time, settle yourself down, double check all your calculations. If you don't think you're up to doing the shot, don't take it. It's as simple as that. Absolutely as simple as that. This is where frustration can come in this game. I've got a deer over there, and if I have to, I'm going to go in after him. But this fog that had lifted has now drifted right back in, and I can't even get an accurate range, so there's no way known. As much as I can just see him through the fog, I'm not going to take this shot. This is coming in real thick, real heavy now. I can't believe it hasn't lifted at all. It's probably about 1:30. Yeah, so it might take me out of the game. Hopefully Lee can put one on the ground.
I've got a whole heap of roos up ahead of me. There's probably about 20 of them, and they're just pushing everything up. Not that the wind's in my face, but yeah, they're just making it very hard at the moment to manoeuvre along this creek. So I'm just going slow and just pushing them away slowly. They are slowly feeding back up into the scrub, which is fine, but I really want to get out the back of the property so that so I can have a sit down and have the wind in my face and see what walks out. I think something will. Already, as I say, Steve's found a couple up to my left here. So, yeah, I don't know if they're going to stay there too long either, depending on what this wind does. I've got a stag out the back here. He's just up in the gully, probably about 100 yards, if that. But can't find any of the girls. So well, if he shows himself, he might be in a bit of strife, but I don't think so. I'll wait for the girls to come out. Anyway, the fog's starting to drift out this gully too, so I might be blinded out yet. We'll see what happens. Well, as you can see behind me, I'm getting fogged out. This is a real bummer because I've got myself into a good spot with a breeze in my face, and unfortunately it's a little bit cold, but no, I can't crack it. I keep hearing noises in the gully behind me, but can't see him for looking, but anyway, it is what it is. Yeah, so just to give you an idea, Steve's the way I'm facing. He's sitting on a hill, and no doubt he can't see me. But as I pan around here, you can see behind me the fog's coming in, and it's not making it easy. Except I do have now the wind in my face, so you never know, I might just stumble on something. I have vision up to about 150 yards, so we'll see what happens.
You there, Lee?
Hey mate, what do you want to do?
I'm going hunting.
Fair enough, which way you heading?
I'm going to head straight up along the creek until I get to where it just starts to turn the bush, and then I'm going to go up right where I last seen those deer. What do you mean sitting there watching the footy? You're supposed to be hunting.
I'm hunting swans.
That'd be right. Got to do all the hard work.
It's not hard work until you shoot them, you know.
Yeah, that'd be right. He's up there listening to the footy. I'm not giving up without a bit of a crack here. The fog might work to my advantage. I can't talk too loud here. The fog is not going to lift, as simple as that, or if it does, it's beaten me. So I'm going to work one gully downwind before I last seen those hinds, and try and come in on the low side of the gully. And if they're still there when I poke my head up, they could be anywhere from 50 to 200 yards. So I'm determined to give it a fair crack, at least trying to get one home. Now that's what I didn't want to happen. Just puts a shiver straight up your spine. That's what happens when you just want to get somewhere. You just got to tell yourself, slow down. I don't think I would have seen them there in that fog anyway. Anyway, it's not over yet. I couldn't video any of that. I've been getting honked for the last 10 minutes, and then before that, half an hour before. So I've managed to get up around the back of where these deer were that I seen at 600 yards, and I was determined to take some meat home today. Well, the fog in the end has played into my hands. Oh, I tell you what, I miss carrying the fin light or a little Bagara around. And this is not how I wanted to test the ELDX. It was probably about 100 yards. I could pick the silhouette, I knew what it was. She actually stood up and moved off and then stopped. So the shot should be in the chest. I don't know if you can see, I've only got the little camera with me, so I don't know if you can see these steps where she's run off down along here and then stopped. And then she was honking me. She was honking me for about 5-10 minutes. And I just couldn't get a good bearing on her. But then she moved through the fog, and that was enough for me. She has not virtually moved off the spot. Oh, and there's a fair old blood trail there, so first test for the ELDX wasn't what I expected, but deadly nonetheless. 3,170 feet a second at 150 yards, 162 grain projectile is going to do, should do its job. It'll be interesting to see now what it's going to be like at distance. Either way, it's gone straight through. And well, looking at the blood, I think it was just, she's rolled over. It's only started about, probably 2 metres away. So we'll get her down here and cut her up and go home. Fish and chips on the way home. And how'd tigers go?
They went well in the first half. I felt like putting the boots on, but I'm up here, you know.
Oh well. We better get this out before it gets totally dark. I can't believe this fog.
Mate, here all day, mate. All day.
You know, the funny thing is she was probably 80 to 100 yards, and I'm thinking, is that something laying down in front of the bloody tree? Just couldn't pick her up. But then I took another 2 steps, or what I thought was laying down. Stood up, busted out.
Lay down again.
Yeah, and then it just happened to make that mistake of honking once more, gave me a bit of direction, picked her in the fog.
She's a good eating size, actually.
Yeah. It's quite a nice knife.
Yeah.
Who gave you that, or where'd you buy that?
Trevor Foster, mate. Beautifully made. Trevor Foster.
Trevor Foster. That's a very nice piece of timber and a very nice blade.
And a very light blade too.
So this is the first run.
Yeah, it's done a fair bit of damage.
Bloody hell it did. It was a good shot too. That helps. Done it.
Is that the hole you can see just in there on that side? Just keep going forward with your hand, just there? Oh no. No. The exit would be on this side. On this side, my side.
Oh, yeah, there's a sharp bone.
Yeah, so, like I said, pretty much textbook.
That's it.